Houston. Jean Houston is a researcher, philosopher. She was advisor to President Carter, President Clinton, and Hillary Clinton. But most of all, she is an animal lover. She had many dogs in her life. You like to say that that you've been raised by a dog. That's what I heard.
Yes.
So it's very interesting. If you could just elaborate a little bit.
Yes, my first dog was Chicky. And Chicky was half bearded collie and half Welsh corgi. And she probably was one of the sweetest, kindest, most ethical beings I have ever known. And because my parents were in show business at the time, often I was given a great deal of personal freedom and left alone, from the time I'm 3, 4 years old, and Chicky took care of me. And she taught me all kinds of things. She would take me into the forest, and she would put her nose down and, something fascinating here, and she would dig, and then I would dig, and we would find interesting things, And she would say, bird going by, yes. So I started my visionary journeys and my explorations of reality with Chicky, who taught me so many things, and who taught me a great deal about ethics and kindness and just the generosity of beingness. I learned a great deal from Chicky. We err greatly when we think of animals as lesser than ourselves. It's that they are other nations, other tribes, other modes of consciousness. And so perhaps any kind of ability that I have to enter into states of deep empathy with others, or whether it's cultures, or whether it's big organizations, or whether it's just individuals, has to do with the fact that from Chicky I learned a great deal about heart-to-heart empathy. So, yes.
I have to ask you also about the book, because you wrote such a beautiful book several years ago, Mystical Dogs.
Mystical Dogs.
And there was one dog that was my favorite, and you named the dog Zeus. If you could tell more about why it was named Zeus, and also what happened just immediately the first week when the dog was named that name. Like,
all right, I'll tell you about
it had
that.
so many.
Well, I was in a plane coming in from Vienna, and I fell asleep, and suddenly in my dream I saw this huge dog, huge dog. It was an Airedale. And it was occupying just like the Thurber's dogs, like the whole roof. And I heard him say, "Hi, my name is Zeus. I'm going to be your next dog." Okay. And I remember the day, it was May 18th, 1997. And so I went home and I discovered that my old Akita, Barnaby, who was then about 15, was dying, and he did shortly after. And so I looked for a large Airedale. And I found one, and they sent him to me. He was only 6 weeks old, and he was born May 18th, the time of my dream. But so I decided to call him Zeus, and when I called him Zeus, our house got hit by lightning 3 times.
That was really unbelievable.
Destroyed the electrical system. So be very careful about giving your dogs archetypal names. Zeus is the god.
Of course, a great god like that.
But he lived, he died only recently, so he lived a good long time, 13 years, and had a wonderful life. But he was huge. He was a 120-pound Airedale. So he was Zeus-like in all his dimensions.
So, Jean, thank you very much. This was really interesting talking to you, and all these interesting stories that you have are still in your book and they're for sale.